Hello, and thank you for joining me. Katie here with Born Again Yoga. And today is just a nice practice for your shoulders and your arms without all the weight-bearing issues that you might have with wrist. So a lot of it's going to be standing up or sitting down. So go ahead, stand up on your mat if you're not standing already. Get your feet about hip width apart and really ground down. Spread the toes wide here, feeling in the ball point of the big toe, the pinky toe, right in the middle of the heel. Bend the knees ever so slightly so that when you start to straighten, your kneecaps come up and get your quads. Feel the upper part of your legs really engaged here. Opening up through the chest, nice tall spine, and let your arms kind of just relax so that you can see your hands just in the peripheral view. Take some nice big breaths here in mountain pose. You can close your eyes if your balance is okay yet. And just note, where do you feel the breath today? Do you feel it in your chest, in the belly, side body, or back? Again, nothing right or wrong. Just taking the time to note it. When you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can start to open them. We're still having the legs engaged, but with your inhale, reach up all the way, high prayer. Exhale, let it come down. Kind of following the gaze with your hands. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale down. And if you noticed, my arms are engaged while I'm doing this. I'm actively reaching out, creating space. Exhale out. One more time. Inhale, breathing in breathing in God. All that love. Exhale, breathing out you. Good. This time with your inhale, you're going to take the right hand in front to grab onto the opposite elbow. Really open up through the chest here. Engage the core so you're not hanging in the back. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale up. This time the left one comes in front. Open up here. Exhale down. A couple more with your breath. If you want, while you raise your arms, you can raise up on your toes. Exhale down. Switching arms each time. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time on each side. Inhale, breathing in God. Exhaling you. Good. And then from here, go ahead, let your arms go out long. Again, creating this space here. You're just going to start to make some small circles, getting your shoulders to wake up while you're still actively reaching out. We're going to start each circle getting a little bit bigger. And when they get to be bigger circles, try to go, inhale, have your arms go up. Exhale, let them start to come down. Inhales up. And exhale down. Still grounding through the legs here. Soften through the face, the eyes and the jaw, and connect with your breath. Take some of the bigger circles. Still moving slow with your breath. One of the biggest circles you've taken yet. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to reverse it. Coming back and through. Again, starting with some of those bigger circles. Connected with the breath. Inhale to come up. Exhale down. Legs are still engaged. Face is still soft. Moving ever so slow to connect it with your breath. You're not speeding up the breath to try to match it with the arms, but rather the arms going slow to match it with the breath. And when you get to some of these smaller circles, go ahead. It doesn't have to match the breath, but just really actively reach. From here, reaching out, getting your shoulder blades to come together on your back. With your exhale, the right hand's going to come on top. Just give yourself a nice big hug here. And if you want, you can go your chin to chest. When you're ready, with your inhale, you're gonna come on up with the elbows and the head. You can stay here if your shoulders are really tight, or if you'd like, go ahead and go into the eagle arms, where the back of the arms are gonna come together. If that has enough space, you're gonna start to cross them. And if this is fine, notice my shoulders right now. They're starting to come up on my ears. Send the shoulder blades down the back. Once they're down the back, you're gonna have this opposition of your arms reaching up. This creates a nice stretch on the top of the shoulders. One more full breath. With your exhale, you're gonna slowly release, go back, stretching the arms out, feeling the shoulder blades come together. Exhale, the other one's gonna come on top, the left one this time. Okay, nice big hug. You can just stay here, or if you want, you can bring your chin to your chest. Feel a nice little neck stretch. With your inhale, start to get the head up with the elbows as well. Again, stay here if your shoulders are tight, or if you're able to have that space, go ahead, start doing the eagle arms, cross, and then maybe wrap. Same thing, get your shoulder blades down your back first, glue them there, and then start to pick up the elbows. Gazes up at the fingers. Finding your breath. One more big inhale, breathing in, God. With your exhale, slowly release the arms, come back out. Nice big stretch. Go ahead, exhale, let them come all the way back. If you're not able to interlace your fingers behind you, this is just where you can get your hands on your hips and try to get the elbows to come back. Main thing is I just really want your chest to be open. So again, if your fingers can touch, go ahead, get your chest open. But notice if you're getting your fingers and your chest is starting to come down. That's not what I want. The goal is not the fingers, but rather to open up through the chest and the shoulders. When you're ready, we're going to start with our inhale, peeling the hands away from the back. Still having the chest open. Exhale, let them come down. Inhale, peel away. Notice how my spine does not move. It's just the arms, shoulders doing the work. Couple more with your breath. Inhale, peel it away. Exhale, back. One more. Inhale, peel away. Exhale, come back. This time you're gonna, if your hands were interlaced, you're gonna bring it over to one side. I'm bringing it over to my left. And again, if you're not able to reach, just try to get the arm to slide back while you're still reaching out. Or you can grab a strap or a towel too. That'll help. So again, just breathe here. If you want to get your neck involved, you're just going to let it go off to the left as well. Kind of rock it out. One more full breath. Inhale, come back, head up, arms go back. Exhale, bring them and wrap them over to the other side. That's my right. Same thing, you can just stay here with the chest nice and open, or go ahead with the right ear coming to the right shoulder. Feel a nice stretch here. Softness in the eyes, and the jaw. Rock it out. When you're ready, inhale, undoing the arms, send them back. Exhale, releasing. Inhale all the way up again, high prayer. Exhale, hands to the heart center. When we're going to push into our palms, we're going to activate the arms. So my hands aren't just here. I'm feeling a little heat in my hands by bringing the elbows out. You're going to, again, push into the hands and let the thumbs come into the sternum so your chest is coming up as well. A lot of activation points. And notice your shoulders. Peel them down the back. Holding for a couple breaths. Anytime we hold postures, it's easy to hold the breath. Try not to do that. Nice big inhales. Full and complete exhales. Still pushing. One last one. And with your next exhale, you're gonna let the arms go out. Start to round through the back, chin to chest, really reaching with the hands, palms still pushing together. Inhale, all the way up, high prayer. Exhale, palms back together into the chest. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, bring them together, palms touch. Bow down the head. Inhale all the way up, repeating the sequence. Exhale, push the hands in together, come to sternum. Inhale, open up. Arms are still active and engaged. Get the shoulder blades together. Exhale to press, bring the energy in, gather it together. Inhale up. One more time through with your breath. Exhale down. Inhale, open up. Exhale together. Inhales up. Exhale down. Good. From here, I'm going to have you heel toe your way out ever so slightly. Not a big wide stance quite yet. Go wherever your knees are. Let your toes point out. So if your toes are here but your knees are in, bring your feet in. You always want your knees in alignment with the toes. You're just going to have a slight bend here. And now bring attention into the spine. Engaging the core, you're going to notice the tailbone starts to tuck ever so slightly. So I don't like to give the cue of tuck your tailbone because then we have people flattening out through the back. Anytime you're in a squatting position, it's good to have a nice natural curve in the back, but you don't want to hang in there. So as long as your core is engaged, that should set you up pretty good. So from here, we're just going to do some gentle movements with our arms and our breath, kind of connecting the two again. So inhale, you're going to let your arms kind of come up, about to shoulder height, elbows out. Exhale, pushing down and straighten out through the legs. Inhale, come on up. Exhale down. Imagine some energy coming up. The inhale. Exhale, push it down. A couple more just like that. Inhale up. Close your eyes if you want. Exhale down. I'm not going anywhere. I'll stay right here. Inhale up. Exhale down. One last time like that. Really connect with your breath. Good. This time with your inhale, you're coming up again. And with your exhale, you're going to interlace the fingers and push out again. Rounding through the back. Really feel the shoulder blades peel away from each other. Inhale, you're going to bring the arms up. And with your exhale, straighten through the legs. And again, actively bringing the arms out like you're trying to do a half circle, creating this space. Inhale, connect it with your breath. Come up. Exhale, push away. Inhale, up with the chest and the arms. Exhale, straighten out, letting the palms face the floor. Couple more like this, trying to connect again with the breath. Make it more of a meditation movement. Inhale up. Exhale, come all the way up, release the arms. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, push away. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, releasing the arms. Stand up. One last time. Inhale up. Exhale, push away. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, release. So a couple different flows now. Inhale, you're going to come up with the arms. And with your exhale, you're going to start to push away. And again here, creating a nice long line with your arms. In both directions, you're reaching. And then with your exhale, come back together. And inhale up. All right, for this next one, you really want to make sure that you're on the wide part of the mat. Inhale, your arms are going to come up. With the exhale, reach out. Inhale together. Exhale back down. Inhale again, come up with the arms. Exhale, reaching out. Opposite direction, really reaching. Inhale together. Exhale down. One more just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, pushing and reaching. Inhale together. Exhale up. Now this time we're going to add to it. So inhale, come up. With your exhale, you're going to turn one foot out, going into the warrior two. Inhale back together. Exhale down. When you inhale, you come up with the arms again. Exhale, we're going to go out to the other side, warrior two. Inhale together. Exhale down. If you want a little bit wider of a stance for warrior two, you can do that now. Inhale up. Exhale, pushing. Strengthen the arms. Inhale together. Exhale down. Moving with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale, slide that one toe out, reaching out. Warrior two. Inhale together. Exhale down. One more time on each side. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale together. Exhale down. Inhale up with the arms. Exhale out. Warrior two. Inhale together. Exhale down. Good. Inhale. We're just going to come up. And your choice if you want to just do heel toe and bring your feet in closer together, or if you want to get a workout in the legs as well, go ahead, go into a squat. Your choice. With the arms, we're going to reach them all the way out. This time, flip your palms open. See what it does to your shoulders. So if your palms are up, your shoulder blades can nicely slide down the back. We're going to stay here with the chest open, core engaged, and then start to make fist in the hands. When you make the fist, start to curl them up towards the inner side of the arm, and notice a nice stretch on the forearms. With this energy, act like you're lifting barbells. You know, maybe start with 5 pound and then increase the tension, 10, 15. So you're really getting more tension and tension up until the top. Release it for a second. And then when you're ready, you're going to pick up those barbells again and then increase the tension until you can drop the barbells off. Lifting them back up, make fist. So it's like low tension, medium tension, and then high tension. Come up. Exhale, low, medium, high. Inhale. Release. Exhale down. Release. Moving with your breath. Couple more times. Exhale, arms go down. Inhale, come up like low, medium, high tension. Release for a second. Exhale, low, medium, high tension, and out. Good. We're just going to do again a couple small circles here. Breathe in. If you're in the squat position, go a little bit lower, and we're going to switch directions. One more full breath. With your exhale, go ahead and nice wrap again. Inhale, open up. Exhale, switching arms, whatever one was on top. Inhale, open up. Good. Exhale, hands to the knees. Go ahead, pushing into the knees. You're just going to let one shoulder come forward. Feeling a nice stretch in the side body. A little in the shoulder. Inhale, come on up. Exhale over to the other side, pushing away and into the legs. Inhale up. Exhale down. Connecting with your breath. Thinking again why we're here on this mat. Inhale, breathing in God. peace, love, exhaling you, anything that's not serving you today. One more time on each side. When you're ready, slowly with your inhale, come on up, bend the knees yet into a goddess pose. And from here, same thing, check your knees, make sure that they're not coming in. If so, let your toes follow. And then really think of the shoulder blades coming together again on your back, so the elbows are going back while the chest comes up. Engage the core. And then with your exhale, you're going to start to round through the back, kind of like in your cat-cows, and let the forearms and palms touch each other. Feeling a nice stretch in back of the shoulders, as the shoulder blades peel away from each other. Connect with our breath. Inhale, open up. Exhale together. Inhale, open up. Exhale together. Couple more times. And notice that my arms aren't just here, not doing anything. I'm actively like pushing away into something. And then with the inhale, like I'm trying to push and move something together. Creating this sense of tension and energy. One more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale together. Good. Inhale all the way up. Heel toe the feet together. Good. And from here, we're just going to go ahead and roll out the neck a little bit. When you're ready, you're going to take the right arm out, really reaching out while your neck or your ears going to the left shoulder. Reaching, letting the head kind of go to gravity. This is a nice stretch here. If you want to increase it a little bit, palpate the area. This just helps soften the tissues that are tight to release a little tension. It's always good for a little self-love. One more breath. With your exhale, slowly releasing the arm down, chin to chest. Inhale over to the other side. Again, you can stay here, start to reach that left arm out this time. Actively reaching, you're going to feel it maybe in the arm, the shoulder, the neck. Note where you feel it. And then if you would like, again, give a little self-love, releasing some of that tension in the tissues. This feels so good. So I hope you're joining me. All right, when you're ready, there, exhale, releasing the arm, chin to chest. And you'll come on up nice and slow with the head. Good. I'm just going to roll out the arms a little bit, getting that full range of motion, forward and backwards. And then we're just going to have a little fun, seeing how your left and right side of the brain communicate together. Kind of like, you know, when they do that pat on the head. This is kind of what it reminds me of. So you're going to start to bring the right arm forward as the left one goes backward. And then meet it up top. And then come back down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Really reaching. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. And then when you're ready, we're going to switch directions. The left one comes forward. The right one's then back. Connecting with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. If you're having troubles with it, it helped me thinking inhale. They meet up on top. Exhale, opposite. And they meet on the bottom. Couple more inhales to come up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, breathing in, God. Exhaling you. Good. From here, go ahead, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, high prayer. Exhale to forward fold. For our first forward fold, go ahead, rock it out side to side. Let the head, torso go to gravity. can do ragdoll arms if you want. If you have enough space, you can even put the palms underneath the feet and just stretch through the back a little bit this way. Again, just make sure you're breathing. And when you're ready with your next inhale, you're going to come into a half lift, pushing into the shins. Really try to reset the spine, nice long spine. Thinking of the shoulder blades again. What are the shoulders doing? Try to roll them back, down on the back, feeling the side body engaged. Exhale, fold into it, forward fold. Bend the knees and come all the way up, high prayer. Exhale, release the arms. Good. Inhale, high prayer. Exhale, you're going to bend the legs, sweep the arms down just to come up for a chair pose. And then now for a chair, again, checking the knees to make sure that you can still see your toes. If your knees are too far, just send the hips back or stand up a little bit. And then really reach the arms out. With your exhale, you're going to bring them into heart center. Inhale, the right one comes up as the left one goes back. Opposition. Open up through the chest. Exhale together. Inhale, reach. Exhale together. Inhale, opposite. Exhale together. I'm just moving with your breath, finding lightness and peace here. Staying in the moment, seeing what comes up as any kind of sensations in the body. One more on each side. Inhale up. Exhale together. Inhale up. Exhale together. And then go ahead, swan dive into your own lap. Rocking out the legs, surrendering the torso and head again. Inhale the half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees and come on up for another chair. Now this time, especially since we're working the shoulders, we're going to kind of do what we did before with the eagle arms. So if you're tight, again, just hug yourself here. And if you'd like, go ahead. The right arm's going to come on the bottom, left one on top. As long as your elbow creases meet, go ahead, try to bring the backs of the hands together. If that works, wrap it. Same thing, put the shoulder blades down the back while you're starting to come up with the arms. If this is too much to try to do the squat, you can always just stand up. Today's focus, again, is on the arms and the shoulders. Now, say you got this far. Do you want to try and do a little balance with it and do the legs? Go ahead if you want to. You're going to take the right leg, start to cross it on top. And I like to use my toe as like a little kickstand here. And if you feel comfortable, this is where you can begin to wrap the foot now around the left leg. Hold for a breath. With your exhale, slowly start to come out of it. Open up the arms, stand all the way up. And with your exhale, go ahead. The left one's going to come, on the bottom this time, the left one is. Same thing, you can just do a nice big hug, or go ahead, setting the arms up. Go into your squat or chair. Getting the shoulder blades down first, and then reach up. Now, same thing, you can just stay here. If you want to get the legs involved, go ahead, take the left one nice and slow. You can just, again, go on one toe, or cross it on over and use the toes as a kickstand, or go into the full wrap. One more breath. And with your exhale, slowly start to come out of it. Inhale, open up the arms, stand all the way up. Exhale, swan dive into your own lap, forward fold. Rock it on out. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees and come all the way up, high prayer. Exhale, back to the beginning. Samastiti. Good. With your inhale, go ahead. We're going to lift the arms up. You're going to start to bend at the right elbow. The left hand's going to reach for the elbow. And then engage your core while your head's gonna start to push back on the right arm, the forearm. This just helps open up the shoulder space a little bit more. You're gonna breathe here. Again, if you want, you can just note what you're doing with your legs. If they're just there, if you want, you can ground into them and activate them, engage the core. So you're just doing anything that you want to do, but do it with intention. Inhale, breathing into the heart center. All the love that God has for you. Exhaling you to make more room for Him. One more big breath, one of the biggest ones you've taken all day. With your exhale, letting it go, make it audible. Inhale and reach the arms all the way up. With the exhale, the left one's going to start to bend. Reach for that elbow. Same thing, let the left hand kind of come down. And then if you want to use your head, push against it to open it up a little bit more. Breathe in here. Again, what are you doing with your legs, your abs, your face? Is there any clenching in the jaw? Try to relax it. One more big breath. Inhale, breathing Him in. Exhaling you, make it audible. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, release. Good. You should be at the top of your mat yet. Inhale all the way up, high prayer. Exhale, the forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands come down, feet go back. Go ahead into a plank. This is your choice if you want to go up for the downward dog or if you want to send the knees down and go for a child's pose. Now, if you chose child's pose, go ahead and just take a minute to see if you feel it in the shoulders. If not, you might need a little bit more of a stretch so you can start to reach out through the arms. Let the chest come down a little bit more into the ground. You can start to come onto the fingertips by activating the hands. This will help bring it a little bit more into the shoulders. Staying here for a couple breaths. Try to relax through the face, the jaw. Again, with your inhale, breathing in God. Feeling it on the back line of your body. Exhaling you. One more big one just like that. With your exhale, you're going to ground into the hands. And you'll start to lift yourself on up. We're going to cross at the ankles and come into a seated position. From here, again, you just want to sit up nice and tall, however that might be. Think of your head over your heart center over your spine. And then inhale, you're going to reach the arms all the way up. And with your exhale, go ahead, let the left one come around, and then the right one's going to reach for the shoulder. Peeling it down, away from the ear, and towards the center. You're going to feel a nice stretch on the left arm. Breathe in here. You can soften through the fingers. One more full breath. Their exhale, releasing the arms. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, let the right one come across this time. The left one goes underneath and reaches for that opposite shoulder, peeling it down away from the ears and then towards the center, midline of the body. Let the right arm go limb. Again, with your inhale, think nice tall spine. Breathing in God, exhaling you, connecting with your breath, and feeling at peace. One more full breath. And with your next inhale, open them all the way up. Go ahead, peel it behind your back a little bit just to open up. You can rock it out. And when you're ready, slowly come back up. Good. From here, we're going to slowly start to roll on down. Go vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slow. And then just stretch out the back a little bit with our shoulders. You're going to let the right knee start to come into the chest, interlacing the fingers right above the knee. If this feels good, you can stay here. If you wanted a little bit more, you can start to straighten through that left leg, drawing a line with the heel. Now, since we're working with our arms, you're still going to really activate the arms using your knee or your leg as a weight, kind of. So bringing the knee into the chest, activating the biceps, kind of relax through the face yet. And then creating that opposition. Your legs trying to fight it and resist it, but the arms are going to win. When you're ready, you're going to let the legs start to win, but I'm not just going to give in. So I'm still tensing the arms as they're starting to go straight. Inhale. The arms are going to win this race. Exhale, let the leg win, but still having tension in the arms. Couple more. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale out. Inhale in. This time with your exhale, you want your chin to come to the chest. And then slowly bring the foot down to the floor. It's going to peel my shoulder blades away from the mat and even my mid-back. When you're ready with your inhale, slowly start to come back, letting the arms bring that knee into the chest. Exhale, nice and slow, chin to the chest, while your leg is going to pull yourself up. You're not doing anything in the abs. It's all more the arms hanging on to the leg that's doing the work. Going with your breath. Inhales up, exhale down. One more time. And with your exhale, slowly let the right foot come down. Inhale, you're going to bring the left knee into the chest. Same thing. You can stay here if it feels good with the bent right knee, or go ahead, draw a line with that right heel on out. Letting the arms start to tense, bringing the knee into the torso, relaxing it through the face, the neck. And then when you're ready with the exhale, your leg's going to win, but your arms are still tensed. Inhale, come back. Knee into the chest. Exhale out. Inhale, bring it back in. Exhale out. Engage the arms. I always say I could just be, again, a floppy fish if I wanted, but since I'm working on the arms here, engage them the whole time. One more time. Exhale. Let the leg win. Inhale, bring it knee into the chest. This time again, you're going to slowly bring the chin to the chest as your foot starts to drop down to the floor. Really feel your shoulder blades peel away from the back. Nice stretch. Inhale, letting the leg come back up into the chest. Exhale slowly. And bringing the foot down. Stretch on the back of the body. Inhale up. One more time. And then inhale. Go ahead. Bring both knees up and into your chest. You're just going to rock it side to side here. Feeling a nice massage on the back. Happy babies, part of your practice where you hold on to the outsides of the feet or the big toe, go ahead and do that. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to settle down again, knees into the chest. Go ahead and let your arms go out in a T position. And from here, let your knees go out to the left, But notice when you start to do that, if your shoulder blades want to peel away. So the goal is not to get the knees down, but rather keep the shoulder blades on the mat and then let the knees start to come down. So if the knees are floating, it's okay. I'd rather you feel grounded in the shoulder blades. But if the knees can come down, great. It just helps you relax a little bit more. But the reason why I want your shoulder blades to stay on the ground, it helps to make sure the twist is coming from that thoracic, the upper back, rather than the low back. So I don't want anybody to get any pinching or any kind of sensation if they're twisting from the wrong part. So while you're here, you can look up at the ceiling or go ahead and look to the right hand. Soften again through the face, the shoulders. Just find your breath here. Trying to take some bigger breaths. You can have your exhale be audible if you want. And just note again where you're feeling the breath today in this pose. When you're ready with your next inhale, the knees slow and controlled, they're going to come back up. Exhale, let them come out to the right. As your shoulder blades again stay grounded on the mat. And then if you want, the gaze can be up at the ceiling or to the left. Same thing, just soften through the face, the jaw, the eyes, forehead. And with your inhales again, feeling the love, the light, and peace. Exhale anything that's not serving you yet to make more room for all that is good. And when you're ready, slowly start to bring the knees back up into the chest. You can rock it out one more time. And then we're going to end in Shavasana. So go ahead, let the legs go out long. Let them unfold where they may. And palms face up. Notice your shoulder blades again, since we did all this awareness with them. Don't forget them now. Are they kind of poking out in the back of the mat? If so, take the time to shift your weight to one side and flatten it down. Shift your weight to the other side and roll the shoulder blades down the back. And then this feels great on my shoulders, but it kind of arches my back up a little bit. So now just begin to tuck the tailbone ever so slightly. And it feels great for me. Again, you might be a little different. Take the time to explore. And then one more big inhale. And with exhale, feeling this weight, the body surrendering to the floor. Nothing to hold on to in this pose. Letting go of anything. Again, that might be in the past, or maybe stuff that comes up in the future. Stay here in this present moment. Note what kind of comes up, what feelings, what do you hear, what do you feel in your body. If there's any tension yet that you're aware of, telling it to relax. And then if your mind still likes to wander, sometimes it helps to focus the eyes on the mind's eye, right in between the eyebrows. Because if the eyes wander, the mind likes to wander. And if you still need more to focus on, you can watch your breath. Just be careful if you watch it that you're not manipulating it. Just watching the inhales come and the exhales go. Not being attached to any one or the other. Just being grateful for each breath. And this is where I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.